Stop scrolling right now. Do not believe the surface headlines. Do not assume you know the full story. Because what Bai Lu just revealed about Dylan Wang did not just shock fans, it shattered the illusion of a love story millions thought was untouchable. And if you think this is just another celebrity disagreement, stay with me until the very end, because the final moment of this story changes everything you thought you understood about trust, ambition, and what happens when love becomes a strategy instead of a sanctuary. It began quietly. Not with a press conference. Not with a dramatic confrontation in public. But with silence. For weeks, fans noticed something strange. Bai Lu and Dylan Wang, once inseparable at events and interviews, suddenly appeared distant. No shared smiles.
No subtle glances.
No behind-the-scenes moments circulating online. At first, people dismissed it as busy schedules. Filming conflicts. Normal distance. But behind the calm surface, something had already broken. Bai Lu had been carrying something heavy. A realization that did not arrive all at once, but slowly, like a shadow creeping across a bright room. Small things began to stand out. Conversations that felt transactional. Promises that were never fully kept. Moments when she felt more like a stepping stone than a partner. The final crack came on a night that was meant to be celebratory. They were attending a private industry gathering. Lights shimmered softly across polished floors. Conversations floated through the room like carefully measured performances. Bai Lu stood beside Dylan, smiling politely as cameras flashed. But something felt off. Every time someone approached Dylan, his tone shifted. He spoke about upcoming projects, new opportunities, collaborations. And when Bai Lu's name came up, he laughed lightly and brushed past it. She is supportive, he said once. She understands the bigger picture. The bigger picture. The phrase echoed in her mind long after the event ended. Later that night, in the quiet of the car ride home, she asked him directly, "What am I to you?" Dylan paused, eyes fixed ahead. "You are important to me." Important felt vague. Safe. Non-committal. Important how she pressed. He hesitated. That hesitation said more than any answer. Days later, without warning, without preparation, without even a proper conversation, she received a message that changed everything. "We need to focus on our individual paths right now. It is better for both of us."
No explanation.
No discussion.
No closure.
Just a statement. The shock was not loud. It was hollow. For hours she sat staring at her phone, rereading the words, searching for hidden meaning that was not there.
Used.
Discarded. Replaced by ambition. The pain was not only about losing him. It was about feeling like she had been part of a strategy. Because when she looked back, the timeline was too precise. The public appearances during key promotional periods. The affectionate interviews when attention was highest. The subtle distancing when new solo projects were announced. It felt calculated. And Bai Lu does not stay silent when she feels reduced to an accessory. The moment she decided to speak was not impulsive. It was deliberate. During a live session meant to promote a brand collaboration, a fan asked carefully, "Are you still close with Dylan?" The comments section exploded.
She paused, took a breath.
Then she said it. "I gave my sincerity to someone who only needed my presence when it benefited him." The screen froze with shock. She continued, her voice steady but carrying undeniable emotion. "I was there when he needed support. I was there when cameras were watching. But when the spotlight shifted, so did he." The internet erupted within seconds. Clips circulated globally. Headlines multiplied. Debates ignited. Did Dylan Wang use Bai Lu for publicity? Was their relationship real? Was it convenience disguised as romance? But the most powerful moment was yet to come. Later that evening, she posted a longer message. "I was not dumped because love faded. I was dismissed because I was no longer necessary to someone chasing the next level." The words were sharp, unfiltered,
honest.
Fans felt the weight of it. Because it was not just about celebrity drama. It was about something universal. The fear of being valued only for what you provide. The quiet humiliation of realizing you were an option, not a priority. Meanwhile, Dylan remained silent. His team issued a brief statement about respecting privacy.
No denial. No counter-narrative.
Just distance. Silence can sometimes be louder than defense. Behind closed doors, Bai Lu went through the storm privately. Friends revealed that she had questioned herself deeply, wondered if she had ignored red flags, replayed conversations searching for sincerity. But instead of collapsing, she transformed. She began focusing on herself fiercely, accepting projects that showcased her independence, speaking openly about emotional boundaries during interviews without naming names. In one particularly intense interview, she was asked what she had learned from her recent experiences. She leaned forward slightly and said, "Never confuse attention with affection, and never mistake ambition for loyalty." The audience fell silent. Those words became a movement. Across social platforms, people quoted her, shared their own stories of feeling used, thanked her for speaking out. But the most dramatic twist happened weeks later. At a major awards event, fate placed them in the same room again. Cameras scanned the venue. The atmosphere felt electric. Fans online waited anxiously for any interaction. When Bai Lu walked in, she carried herself differently. Confident, unshaken, radiant in a way that did not rely on anyone standing beside her. Dylan noticed. Their eyes met briefly across the hall. No dramatic confrontation followed. No public argument. Instead, something far more powerful happened. She smiled politely, nodded, then turned away and continued walking. That simple gesture spoke volumes. It said, "I am no longer waiting for explanations." It said, "I have moved beyond needing validation." It said, "I know my worth now." Later that night, when reporters asked Dylan about Bai Lu's statements, he hesitated before responding. "I never intended to hurt her," he said carefully. "Intention does not erase impact." The story is still unfolding. Some believe there will be reconciliation. Others believe the chapter is permanently closed. But one truth remains undeniable. Bai Lu refused to be silent about feeling used. She refused to let her narrative be rewritten as mutual distance. She owned her experience. And in doing so, she turned what could have been quiet heartbreak into a powerful declaration of self-respect. This is not just a story about accusation. It is a story about awakening. About recognizing when you are valued for presence rather than partnership. About choosing dignity over silence. And if you have ever felt overlooked, dismissed, or reduced to convenience, let this story remind you of something crucial. You are not an accessory in someone else's ambition. You are not a stepping stone. You are not temporary support for permanent dreams. You are worthy of someone who stays when the spotlight fades. If this story moved you, if it made you reflect, if it challenged the way you see love and loyalty, then stay connected. Share your thoughts. Speak your truth. Because sometimes the loudest power move is simply refusing to be used again. And Bai Lu just made hers unforgettable.